Alrighty. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. So, in order to avoid accusations to the Catholic Church and the Catholic community overall of doing this kind of backhanded alliance with Islamic extremists and a, progressive, their word, I'd say extremist, homosexual fucking alliance, dystopian, reckless, all the words in there, all backed on a divorce normalization. But I think that's the core problem. This divorce normalization, well, let's just strip it back. How much money has this conflict between myself and my children's mother cost the government? How much disorder? Now consider that order was kept, within that relationship. There was never marriage there. I've been exposed to atrocities. I've had my children removed from me, about all these things. It's like, well, put us both in a room and surveil us. I don't care if you broadcast it to the fucking world and do it to every other couple that has activated a violence restraining order. The worst case we're going to have is a murder on TV, and everyone's watching that already. Now, the problem is we're not going to have a murder. We're going to have an exposure of the underlying problem. The underlying problem is that there's a reason all of these laws and things are in place, and our state has exposed itself as just communism. It's like just pagan idolatry, fucking, I don't know. Science worshipping, fucking all the above. This is an attempt for me to rekindle the lost love that I crave with my children's mother. It's to expose the inevitable thing. It's like, I know what's happening. That's why I'm here every day doing this. This is what was instigated by her and her husband. I don't know on what grounds she claims he's her husband, because this is where the church would normally step in. Church isn't allowed to, but I think, desperate times call for desperate measures. I think we need an alliance of the Church of England and the Catholic Church and all Christian denominations to come back in, step in, put an end to this fucking child fucking shopping centre fucking surrogacy nonsense coming from the fucking dying embers of this cult, and say, listen, if you've enacted this type of fucking restriction onto it's time to really consider that all a marital tiff. It's like death till you part or children, either or, except in extreme circumstances. I think there's got to be that. And I would say the same for the bed that I'm sitting on, considering all the stuff's still here. So it's time to move back in. You know what I mean? Film each other constantly if you have to, but work it out. Because I'm not fucking going to do it. The same with my children's stepfather. It's like, you got to move back in with that fucking piece of work. She's got to fucking whatever. It's all got to go back to where it was, because basically I'm pretty sure that we've been under a Islamic offensive attack combined with, communist fucking ideals, all in this fucking weird socialized healthcare and policing and judicial paradigm that was all held by social norms in the Christian faith that were here. This is what we established the country under. It's what the United Kingdom is established under. It's what was there to prevent hell emerging on earth. And it's like, hey, you take it away, and guess what happens? Hell. The fact that you all haven't yet seen it is because you're not looking. It's because you're not looking. I'm sitting there backstopping my children's mother while she fucking, freestyle swims her way down off a waterfall. It's like, and it's like, what, the police are there to like, it's like, fucking Jesus Christ. That's a commitment and a half to make, isn't it? Isn't this all getting ridiculous? Isn't this exposing the underlying thing? It's like, why don't I send my bill to the West Australian government of how much order I kept while I was being in the position of, of the head of that family, of keeping things in order. But I'd kept a pretty good job of it. I negotiated a divorce between my mother and her fucking partner. I ushered my father through his elderly years, through his disability. And he thanked me. There was chaos coming from me. Yes, I'll admit that, because it was stressful. But I was very young. So even within that, even within my own manifestation of my own reckless, sinful, whatever, it's like I, and a big help from her mother, we kept it together. This isn't together. This is like, well, what are we staring down? It's like we're staring down that we're both going to lose our children because we were sold a fucking lie. And our children are going to be gobbled up by this fucking cult. And they're going to be and they're going to have the convenient story to blame their parents. Well, no, fuck off. It's time to really fucking step up. This is the one thing I know about my children's mother. It's like we were up against it from the beginning. We're not protecting our children from each other. We're protecting our children from all of you. All of you people that didn't have fucking children until you're after 40. All of you people that don't have children. All of you people that want fucking 9-to-5 jobs with fucking cool uniforms and flashy lights and fucking, private parking and air-conditioned offices. It's just that we're coming at it from different perspectives. We're both victims of the same thing. And you've turned us against each other to keep your fucking con going. In this case, in the case of the bed that I'm sitting on, it's like this is just obfuscation of responsibility and like a weird, competitive drive initiated into a woman. It's all just bad, but it's got to fucking be sorted. We've got cameras, really, really good ones. It's like, the police are never going to get there anyway to protect you. They're not actually protecting you. They're protecting your delusion. By enacting the violence you claim you're afraid of onto the person. It's all over Red Rover. It's really time for the churches, for the Catholic Church and the Church of England to put aside their grievances and do their fucking job. And this is where, like, if this was perhaps a strategy from maybe the previous Pope, from whatever, it's like there is an institution within the Catholic Church that very much is looking forward in a weird kind of, comeuppance way to expose what's going on in the vacuum left after the accusations of their own ill behavior. So unfortunately, there's only one result. Either we're in a position where it's like the Catholic Church is dead. I'm speaking, when I say Rome is dead and I'm saying the Catholic Church is dead, the Roman Catholic Empire is dead, I mean a very different thing than what a pagan idolatry fucking child mutilating fucking pedophile devil worshipping fucking festival goer would mean. I kind of mean its ultimate reign, its unchecked power, but backstopped by the Protestant Church, by the Church of England. Duh. It's like, what on what grounds is anyone doing anything? Well, but it's like Albo, he's just getting a big round of applause by Hamas, right, by the Australian, just right after I said that he is Hamas. It's everyone is saying the same thing. And I would say that, when I really pictured this invasion, I was too young and too uneducated at that point to realize there was an actual invasion going on. It was in our hospitals. They're in our hospitals. They always have been. They're in our fucking in our parliament. They're everywhere. Infiltrated everywhere, and they're combined with this other movement, and because America's cleaning up its fucking place, they're trying to come here. They're trying to colonize here. It's not going to happen. Snap out of it. And it's not pushing. We don't divide the country now. I don't send my children's mother. It's like send you off to fucking whatever. It's like we've all got to get together and sort out our shit. Yeah. And I've been around the traps enough to know that I don't think that's going to be a fucking problem. It's like, what problem is there? You've cost the West Australian government probably upwards of like $100,000. Like that's being very conservative, but it's probably more than that. You've cost what was our family hundreds of thousands of dollars, plus the turmoil from it all. To appease something, and it's the same with him. It's like, and with even with him, it's like this is where he gets the defense. He was getting slammed by his ex, who left him. So put him back in a room, because they're the real core ones, the duties. Put them in a room and watch them, and watch what was going on in that original one. You know, and do the same. It's like, oh, is that too high a price to pay for our children's future, for all this thing, for the commitments we made? Is that too high a price? Well, then why were people fighting for it in Ireland? Between what, compared to this, is a really subtle difference. Really subtle difference between the Protestant fucking religion and the Catholic Christian religion, when compared to Christianity as a whole and either Islam or this utopian LGBTQ pride fucking, you know, carnival fucking fantasy land. I'm ready, willing, and able. You know, it seems a small price to pay for order. I don't know, and it's not like it's a lifetime commitment. It's just, well, no, it's just whatever. It's like we've got to fucking sort it out. I'm not doing this forever. I'm not doing this forever. It's a rather large amount of power that with your fucking Gestapo you've enacted over the top of me. Okay, well done. That's what I said you were doing, and that's what I said you were going to do. It's what I said my mother was doing. It's just you've proved it. But I guess you know the confidence of that position was unmet by the exposure of the obvious defense of that encroachment. It'll be fun, you know? And this is to everyone. Go and do your job. You did the fucking crime by having sex and procreating. Now you got to go do the job. At least attempt it. You know? Otherwise, it's like all the solutions in front of me are really bad. I suppose very much like if you think of the IRA's defense of their religious claim over that island, you know, backed by the Catholic Church. It's like, this is very similar, except this is like way worse. This is a way bigger divide. There's way more of them. They're way more implanted in us. It's far, far worse, and so will be horrific. Really a moment of like, you know, calm decision making to be taken by the women of this country that have used the police force to torment their ex-partner during an invasion. And I don't think it's like the police aren't going to help, because it's like, he's just said he's going to fucking kill us all. And how do we know you're not lying? It's like, it's all starting to break down. It's all going to dissolve in a very, very predictable way. The fact that I can see through all that mess and say, well, we should probably do this. And thanks to my, you know, careful defense of your attack, we've still actually got something to fucking work from. Is it more? And actually in that case, it's like more than we've ever had ever. So yeah, it seems pretty simple. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to England and do some weird fucking shit. And that's going to like double down this whole mess. And I don't think the world can take that right now. You know, there's some core things that were defended. It's like we've taken 10 steps forward, and now we need to take 9 steps back. Yeah, that's perhaps will bring us to something that we can, you know, we can all agree on. So yeah, there's a suggestion, and it's really, if you think about it, it's not much different. Why am I doing? I'm trapped here. I'm trapped in some lovely lady's house doing this every day to try and explain, you know, my perspective, my opinion in a battle I've been in since I was born, because I was born into the same battle. It's the same claim that the IRA makes, except I'm not in Ireland, but I am Irish. And it is, do you get it? So it's like, and it's all religious, and it's like, well, you know, I explain my perspective. I just haven't heard the same. I guess in very certain circumstances, like, yeah, if the Catholic religion is like, go and marry a Catholic and kill your fucking children's Protestant father. But I don't think the Catholic Church can do that when there's a global Islamic and pagan fucking idolatrous fucking attack on them. It's like, well, no, that's not going to work. And everybody's going to have to fucking pick a chair, and it's like musical chairs. It's like music, and it could be worse. Hey, fuck. It could be fucking worse. You know what I mean? Could be fucking worse. Could be a lot worse. But, hey, I don't want to be perceived as enacting coercive control, like, you know, installing cameras and watching your every move and watching your fucking text messages and fucking making you attack your fucking children's father and making you make bad financial decisions and, you know, continuously supplying you with alcohol and stressing you into constantly overworking and, you know, all the things. I don't want to be accused of anything like that. So yeah, this is like, and this isn't a projection to that person; it's a projection to the church. It's like, well, is the Church of England and the Catholic Church going to do their job, or at least attempt it, or do we just start fucking, you know, building the pyramid now and throwing the bodies in the volcano? I've considering I was basically not either of these. I've done my fair share to hold up my end. You know, I think I've cleared the way. I think it's about time. I think it's about time for some rather big announcements from the Church of England and from the Catholic Church about this whole marriage, divorce, children thing. And I can pretty much say that I assume there will be a large support of this in this moment. I don't say that this will be a good recruitment drive for those institutions in this moment. Although myself, I don't know whether I will participate directly in that. I enjoy a relationship with God in my own way, in my own terms, and wherever and however, and actually always present. So, but I can identify that I'm a unique thing, and it's like I think it's the time, and I think we do need some barriers. We do, like, at least to attempt to do these things, because it's all half done. And I understand the conflict. It's like the Catholic Church is going to say, well, since Henry VIII, he did this. He just wanted to kill his wives anyway. Well, it's like, what? So the Catholics return fire by this? Because this is worse. This is way worse. It's all half done. It's not substantial enough. And the governments and these like weird industries and pharmaceuticals, like all these elements are kind of conspiring to grab that. And that's, I believe, worse. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You're not going to make enough good men to solve this problem. But you can perhaps invoke men to be better through responsibility, enforced responsibility. And I believe it's women that have been exposed to this kind of gluttony via the ways that these like online dating tools and things like that have affected them in comparison to men. And so, yeah. Otherwise, it's all hell. It's really is hell. It's hell. You know what I mean? And we're already, 3 steps in past the threshold. It's OnlyFans stars selling, their fucking 1-year-olds to fucking gay couples and then them being traded. Like it's all hell. It's all hell. Perhaps if there was adequate reply to every single thing, the government has overreached this much. It's like, are they participating in conversation? No conversation, no anything. So they've hijacked it, yeah, because we have records of fucking every single thing. Like I can look up a record from 1600 and see that one of my relatives got in an argument with his neighbor. Do you know what I mean? Over some fucking a stolen rake or something like that. Yeah, I think it's time for the churches and the army to restore order. Carefully, cautiously, and hopefully without alarm, because it's this alarm thing, it's this chaos, it's this terrorism that is the hallmark of this. And we've all been subject to it for 5 years. It's like 9/11 every day for 5 years. And then I think significantly for the 4 years before that, 5 years before that, according to my timeline, according to my diary and my recording and recollection of those periods and what I was getting shown and exposed to before that. So it's like, this is where we are. Yeah. If I've got to choose the Pope over Roger Cook, it's like, I'm choosing the Pope. The Pope and King Charles. That's the day that I buried my can. That's the newspaper article that's buried in my can, which should hopefully not be disturbed. But that's the moment. We need to extend. We need to stretch that out. We need to get that conversational, dialogue, symbolic gestures of goodwill. Yeah. And I can't think of a better gesture of goodwill than adopting this horrific responsibility that has enacted all this cost to the government and this stress and this thing, and then reattempt to solve that. You know what I mean? Which cannot be done in courts. It cannot be done with police. It cannot be, because that is a continuation of the abuse, of the trauma. And so, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what I'm saying. If you understood it, then I would appreciate your help. And I think the whole world would appreciate this. And it doesn't even appreciate it, it needs it. It's a failed experiment in this generation. This third tier mass divorce materialism is dead. And there is no future with this young generation going on that model. It is just all that hell. And they will demand it anyway. They'll demand this. They're going to reject it, so they're going to demand it. So it's like, let's beat them to it and do what responsible people do and sort out our own mess, clean out our own dirty laundry, and then be the example for the entitled, people that have done far worse, really. Thank you.